Dun, 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 dun. Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 7, Episode 13, Cancun Part 2. Well, I want to start off by mentioning a couple of things that went on. First of all, I saw that Pop Star Never Stop, Never Stopping movie this past weekend, and I was laughing my butt off. Adam Samberg was like cracking me up from the beginning to the end. I like the dude from that movie. He was like a DJ at the radio station, ladies man. He was the manager. He was funny the whole time. I really enjoyed it, and I thought Adam Samberg was looking kind of cute because I've been watching him on Saturday Night Live back in the day, and I never thought he was cute. But in that movie, I could say Adam Samberg is a pretty cute guy, and he's in his late 30s, so that's a compliment, I think. Lady Gaga performed at the Super Bowl last night. I completely enjoyed the performance. I was watching it standing up, smiling the whole time. She did the national anthem and another couple patriotic type of songs or whatever for America, and she ended up jumping from the top of the dome. I was talking to somebody, and I was saying if she got other people on top of that dome with her, that idea would be whack. But Lady Gaga, why I love her so, she was up on top of that dome, glistening by herself, and I'm really happy that she did what she did, even though, she was using a little bit of Pink, a little bit of Katy Perry, and a little bit of Beyonce. Pink, it was the aerial choreography, and Katy Perry, it's like when she was like, "Thank you, how you doing out there?" She sounded to me like Katy Perry, and the performance was, I don't know, in her dances or whatever, her showmanship was like a little Beyonce-esque. But, of course it wasn't Beyonce. That performance was a Lady Gaga performance. She probably got those ideas from those other artists because she liked what they were doing, so she tried to incorporate it into her own performances. Because how do entertainers become successful if they're not taking the best of what's going on, what's trending, and making it their own? And I believe Lady Gaga did her own thing. I'm glad she didn't have nobody perform with her. I did want to hear Perfect Illusion, but that's okay. And I also love that song that she got with Florence and the Machine. So if she did have somebody come on the stage with her, it would have been cool if Florence from the Machine, that lady, if she came out and performed with her. But that didn't happen. I enjoyed it 100%. People hating on Lady Gaga. I'm hearing that she was being body shamed because the bottom of, like, when she had the last costume change, when she had her stomach exposed at the bottom, it was like some little bit of loose skin or something. It really didn't look like fat to me. It just looked like a little bit of skin at the bottom of her stomach area, and people basically was talking about her stomach was like a busted can of biscuits or something like that. And I think that was wrong, because she looked good for a 30-year-old. And these 20-somethings need to get it together and make sure that they keeping their body, their health, their brains intact in their 30s and up, because there's some 20-somethings that's looking pretty old and they shouldn't. Lady Gaga, Beyonce pregnant with twins at 35, Janet Jackson having a baby at 50 years old. People need to take heed to that instead of hating on women that's taking time to figure out their lives, having children when they want to, keeping themselves healthy because they want to, because it's people like teenagers in their 20s, some grandparents is looking at somebody as a 30-year-old. What's wrong with them having a baby at 35? That's crazy to have a baby in their 40s. What are you talking about? As long as the person is healthy, stable financially, you know what I'm saying, you can have a baby whenever you want to. And just know that you're responsible for it, because don't forget, these teenage moms, they are not the only ones responsible for those kids. Their parents, whoever they live with, the government helps them take care of their children. But people, when they having kids over 35 years old, I would more than likely believe that they are financially responsible. So the hating, the body shaming, all that stuff really has got to go. Oh my gosh, I left the cap off of my oh gosh, never mind. Alright, Love and Hip Hop, Cancun Part 2. They still in Mexico, and it opened up with Cardi B and Mariah Lynn, Bianca and Hennessy having fun on their last day, talking about they want to do white people activities, which was like in another show that I looked at. They talked about white people activities. Now, it's almost a little bit racist because, hey, we all do activities. I don't think it's black activities no more, white activities no more, Hispanic activities. It's all activities, so that needs to stop. Go to Yandy and Juju. Juju is in her hotel still upset at Yandy for how she acted, claiming that Juju had a chapter of the book about her, and she's basically saying that not a dot of the book is about Yandy, and she's mad that her friend, her supposed friend, is testing her character, talking about that she basically would go ahead behind her friend's back, take information that she got in confidence, and then use it in her book to make money. So Yandy came banging on her hotel door. They talk it out, and Yandy and the confessionals are like, even though I still think some part of that book is about me, I'm gonna go ahead and let it go. But I'm thinking at the reunion they're gonna have a little back and forth still, because Yandy and that confessional still accusing Juju of writing that chapter about her. So when she ends up seeing that on well, she probably watched it tonight like we watched it, you know. But I think Juju Cameron gonna have something to say. So, but they make up. Creek Squad is about to have a clothing line brought to you by Rich Dollars. He got a new assistant now. His daughter, she went from washing dishes to being an assistant. And that's a good look for father-daughter time. You know what I'm saying? Since she's spending the summer out there with her dad, she ends up learning about the business and what her father does and da-da-da-da-da. But the daughter, she's still mad at him, you know, dating all these young chicks. She wants to take it upon herself and hook her dad up with somebody. And well, they talked about this with his mother. They was like at a restaurant or whatever. And he basically was like, okay, let's see what you come up with. So Remy meets up with Fat Joe. And because, you know, I guess from when they met up, he already knew that she lost the baby. But she wanted to let him know her plans. And her plan is that she wants to go ahead, work on her solo project. But after doing the solo project, she wants to go ahead and try to have a baby, you know, with her husband, Papoose. Now we already got the information that she's going to try to have, she didn't say how she was going to have her baby. But we know that she is going to have a baby. Don't know if it's adoption, what's it called, in vitro fertilization or any of that, but that's what the plan is in about a year or two time. And Fat Joe is like, yeah, you can do that, you know, people are doing that now. It's not going to stop you, it's not going to stop this money train, but you know, we're going to have to work and grind. And he looking forward to the baby shower when it happens. Sam and Erica meet up because, you know, they besties as baby mamas, and they still talking the same stuff about Yandy. Oh yeah, and Sam's mother, she was there too. And Sam's mother, I guess she feeling better from her panic attack, because they all three of them still talking about Yandy. Nobody's getting along with her, and they still beefing, all three of them. Sam said she went to go visit Mendices in the jail, and he didn't let Kim, the mother, come inside the jail. Now, I wonder why Kim's so pressed to go into a jail cell. I think that's pretty weird. Hold on, I gotta put this cap on this thing. Oh man, probably see me in these crazy pants, but hey, it's winter time. I got on some Gap sweatpants. But anyway, what was I saying? Erica, Sam, and Sam's mother talking about Yandy as usual, and Sam ended up saying that she's planned the Mandisi's birthday party all by herself, and the point, oh well, I'll just say that later, but she said that Yandy had no parts of it, but she had time to go to Mexico. Why are you worrying about if she goes somewhere on vacation? Did you call her and try to plan the party? You know she was at Mexico, but did you talk to her about planning the party for little Mandisi's? It's funny that you know about Mexico, but you didn't find out that she did or didn't want to help you plan the party for Mandisi's. Later on, they do end up meeting up. Because Sam wanted to meet up to invite Yandy to the birthday party for little Mandisi's. Well, we find out at this meetup, because I didn't hear it in the meeting with Erica, Sam, and Sam's mama. But when Yandy and Sam met up, come to find out the birthday had already passed a few days ago. So it wasn't no planning, no party. Now I know that she didn't go to Mexico overnight or plan to go to Cancun in 2 days. So before she went to Cancun, it wasn't no discussion of planning no party. They was in Cancun for a whole week. So she's supposed to, after not hearing from Samantha about doing something for the party, she can't go on no vacations around the time of little Mandisi's party. And then Yandy even said something that's real clear. The kids didn't even get to talk to the brother on the birthday itself. Didn't see him, didn't talk to him. But now Sam want the kids to come to a birthday party afterwards. These are kids, so they just going to a party because they didn't get to go say happy birthday to their big brother as they should have. But Sam, she's just really on her high horse. She calling Yandy a liar. And to me, I don't know. Maybe she don't want to be with Mandisi's, but she just don't like Yandy. Especially because Yandy not doing what she wanted to do. Feel the way she wants her to feel. Because Sam is like, you just like us. We should be together. So when Mandisi's get out of jail and stuff, and you going through the same thing that Erica and I went through, so how do you know he going to come out of jail and not want to be with his wife? How do you know that he's going to go ahead and find him some other woman to be with? Why do you have that kind of attitude? This is not your man, but you just know that he's going to be cheating when he get out of jail from years from now. So something is wrong with Samantha, but hey, she's the mother of his child, and he the one that chose to lay down with her and make this baby with her. So they getting what they getting, and Yandy, she knew that he had a kid with Sam, so you knew what you were getting yourself into. You had to deal with the baby mother, especially if you want to be in the child's life. Sam and Erica are at the birthday party, and Sam is like, where's Yandy? She's nowhere to be found. The party's about to be over. But at the same time, the birthday was not even his real birthday, and whatever party you had, you should be just happy with whoever showed up. But you know, she basically trying to blame her for not having the kids together. That's what she say. She want all the kids together, but that's not true. That's not true. Sam, your confessional proves that you got a problem. You're not trying to make stuff go smooth. Period. Point blank. Rich is sitting at a restaurant waiting for the blind date that his daughter hooked up for him. Who is it? It's Ashley's mom. Now, she was coming up to New York to come pick up the daughter to take her back to Memphis with her. So he supposedly didn't know that that was the hookup that the daughter wanted, you know, him to do, you know, in the dating world, is to be back with her mom. But that's what happened. They talking, the mother's asking, do you want more kids, are you ready, and all this other stuff, and he just like, I don't know, I never actually, you know, helped raise my kids, and he would like to be in his child's life from the beginning, you know, pregnancy, infant, the whole time, as a full-time dad. So who knows? The lady laughing, you know, she probably still want to be with Rich. Amina, I forgot all about that. Peter and Amina, they talking. Now, earlier in the show, she was basically saying that, hey, I still want to be with you. I was gone, but I can move back if we can be together. So, as we already know from prior seasons, and if you look at the other season when I was doing the reviews for this Love and Hip Hop New York, it was Amina. Amina wanted to be with Peter, and she knew that Peter didn't want to be with her the whole time. I mean, not to say that he didn't care about her or something, but he was more so. What happened to the music? I thought he was her manager in music. They don't even talk about that anymore. But she's the one that want to be with Peter, and Peter is basically saying, "I'm trying to be with Tyra." Or did he say he wanted to be exactly with Tyra? That might have been the second, at the because it was like he was going to have his family come together to introduce baby Bronx to the family. He wanted all his family together to, introduce the new baby, and he said it's his last baby, and yeah. Tyra ends up showing up to the little celebration, and it looks like Tyra and Amina are going to have some communication, and from what they say on blogs and on the internet, who knows if it's true or not until they say it's true or not. I think they're saying that they're friends at this point. Kim and Yandy, they meet up, because they back BFFs. And so Kim invites her to her house. Oh, yeah, what happened? When they came back from Mexico, Kim goes home to a spick and span clean house brought to you by her man, Jewels. Jewels got the kids, taken somewhere, maybe at his mother's house, or some nanny took them somewhere, who knows. But when she came in, the house was spick and span, and Jewels basically did the cutest thing by letting her know that he realized that taking care of all the kids, keeping up the house, making everything run is a hard job, and he understands because he only had to do it for a week and it was so hard for him. So he was basically saying that he's going to be willing to help out a little bit more if he can. And of course Kim, she's so happy that he said that because she loved her some Jewel. So they look like they still a happy couple. Later on we see that Kim invites Yandy over for a movie night. And so they sitting around, talking, and Yandy has to talk about her issues that she's having with the baby mother club. So Kim taking it all in, and she was like, yeah, because I used to go to all the little man DC's birthday parties that you planned. I always did, and it was always a good time, so I don't understand what's going on. Well, at the end of the show, at the party for Little Man DC's, Kimbella shows up making a scene. I don't know if it's really making a scene because it's with the cameras. It's part of the Love and Hip Hop. What they the action cameras is there for them. But Kim came by herself. She says in her confessional that Yandy didn't even know that she was going to do the pop-up, but that's what she decided to do. Showing her loyalty to Yandy, showing her loyalty to being able to come to the birthday parties as her and her kids used to do. Now I wonder if Kim kids was in the car waiting for her to go into the party, because it looked like Kim was by herself. And they just, I don't think they really was able to really have a big confrontation, but hey, Kim represented for her friend Yandy. I don't know if it was a good or a bad thing. So yeah, did anything else happen? I've been watching the Stevie J, Leave It to Stevie. I watched it, but he didn't treat Faith Evans right. Like, if we remember how he was with Jocelyn, it seemed like it should have been real easy for him to have a relationship with Faith Evans, but it didn't work out. He ended up going to a cabin, just like in the other Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, when Kirk and Bobby Valentine, all them people was in the cabin, and that girl that's getting ready to be with Mary Scrappy or whatever, because Scrappy didn't even go to the cabin trip. What's her name? Bambi, the Bamster. She was even at that cabin, and Kirk did some things at that cabin back then. Well, come to find out, Stevie J did some foul things. He cheated basically on Faith Evans, and it was all over the internet, and it got back to Faith Evans, and she did the deuces. She don't want to even try with Stevie J no more. She just want to go back to being the friends, even though she said that that's the reason why she didn't even want to try a relationship, because it will mess up their friendship. So that's how the season finale of that show really was. Had the daughters up in there. Even Eva was in there. because two of his daughters, one is 18, the other one is in college, their birthday is real close together. Supposedly in the blogs, Stevie J has been found guilty for child support in the rearage of $1.3 million, so he supposedly probably going to jail. I guess them kids going to get a little check from being on Leave It to Stevie, but $1.3 million is a lot of daggone money to owe from one of your children, and he's wrong for being in that kind of situation in the first place, and then got a new baby with Jocelyn. And Jocelyn didn't make one appearance on this show. Anything else? I think I'm gonna go ahead and review the Grammys on Sunday, but we'll see, because that stuff is long. I like watching the BET Awards, and that's why I've been reviewing that. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the Grammys. I hope Rihanna performs. I hope she wins some awards, because her anti-album was awesome and she deserves it. I'm still rocking Kid Cudi's Pain, Passion, and Demon Slaying. That joint is rocking my world. I don't know, it's more than 3 songs on my favorite on there. Kid Cudi did his thing. People hating on his album. I don't know what people want in this world. But this Chief Keefs, and I don't even know if that's a recent dude. What's the designer person? People like the designer. People like the dude that was with Sierra. His music is just alright to me. I don't know. I guess I'm not hip no more. Peace out, guys. Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 7, Episode 13.